Good morning, everybody, and welcome here on this beautiful April morning here at the Breed Softball Park, where the English girls are facing off against the Chelsea girls here in another GBL matchup right here from Breed Middle School. I'm your commentator today, filling in for the folks over at Tech. We got our crew from Classical up in the perch today. Thank you to Ethan and Reed for coming out. And thanks to Reed for bringing me the lineup. Reed, there are no positions on this lineup. It's all right, kid. You did your best. You had to talk to an adult today, so we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Up on the mound today for the English Bulldogs, I believe, is going to be Johansson, wearing number 2. So it looks like Pinero is going to be on the mound, catcher from last year, unless I got it wrong on my end. So great way to start. Anyway, Chelsea coming in with a record of 3-3. Their last game versus Medford. They'll be coming here to play against Classical this Wednesday. We'll be here to cover that one for you too. So yes, that's going to be Kate Johansson up to bat today, up on the mound today for the Bulldogs. Johansson in her senior year, usually accompanied by sophomore sister Anika. And up to bat first for the Red Devils, Suspicious. First at bat of the game, the pitch right down the middle from Johansson. Strike one. Johansson delivers again. 0-2 count here. And a quick jump on Suspicious out of Chelsea. Gets the call she wants from Pinero. And trying to catch her swinging outside on that one. Suspicious not going to take the bait. Lives for another day in the box. 1-2 count. Strike 3 delivered from Johansson to Suspicious for the first strikeout of the day. Classical and English battling it out later on last week. English got to an early jump and Classical ended up taking over. And from what Coach Aldred said, a lot of it has to do with some mistakes on the English side of things. Not to take anything away from Classical, of course. We also got a little bit of a scouting report on the Bulldogs this year. They got a freshman athlete coming in who generally plays hockey, but has a bat speed worth mentioning, so we'll keep an eye out for that one. Another one right down the middle by Johansson. Hassel the batter. We're in 12 today out of Chelsea. A little bit high and outside. The pitch from Johansson a little low. And that's going to give Hassel the first base. So Hassel walks in her first at bat of the game here. Martinez, the next batter for Chelsea. Johansson gets the call from Pinero. Wild pitch. Forces Pinero to try to throw out Hassel over at second. She's able to slide in right in time. And Hassel steals second after a wild pitch from Johansson. So now Chelsea with one in scoring position, one out. And Johansson fires that one down the middle for a strike call. And she's going to take third as well after a wild pitch. Pinheiro couldn't handle that one. Martinez steps back up into the box. So Hassel works her way from first to second to third. Second strike call here against Martinez. 2-2 count. The pitch, swing and a miss. Third strike and second strikeout of the day. And Johansson's got to look a little bit more alive. Clark stepping up to the plate for Chelsea. Hassel in scoring position at third. 2 outs here for the Red Devils. Johansson's pitch a little wild, but just enough for Pinheiro to handle. Pinheiro, a great catcher. Played here for the Lady Bulldogs last year, and a solid hitter as well. She was close to picking off Hassel on the wild pitch from Johansson. A good recovery, went all the way to the backstop. Swing and a miss. Clark coming out, swinging for the fences. Fouls back after the pitch from Johansson. A lot of barking coming from the Bulldogs bench as they're trying to get up to the batter's box. Wild pitch from Johansson forces her to make her way to home. Pinheiro able to pull that one down and keep Hassel at bay at third after stealing 2 bases. Johansson with the pitch, a little high, and that's going to give Clark a walk. So second walk of the day for Johansson, 2 strikeouts. Artika, the next batter for Chelsea. 5th in the lineup. Swing and a miss. And Pinheiro trying to catch Hassel. I'm sorry, actually, he was trying to catch Clark off of the steal at first. And Coach Manderson playing the small ball game to get some points onto the board. So Hassel steals home after stealing second and third, her first run of the day. High fly ball right to the shortstop, cleaned up for the third out. So Artika goes down with the fly out, but not before Clark steals second. And on the attempt to try to pick her off, Hassel stole home from third. They tried to get it back to Pinheiro in time, but just wasn't there. So I'm sure Coach Aldred is going to have a conversation with the girls about recognizing that one. Good heads-up call there by Coach Manderson at the end of the top of the first. Chelsea 1, English 0. We'll be back. Welcome back. Bottom of the first. Chelsea 1, English none. Pinheiro leading it off with Lady Bulldogs here. Show and bunt. Chelsea's defense quick to adjust, pulls it on back. Pinheiro, the catcher for the Lady Bulldogs. And English working their chorus curriculum from the dugout. That was impressive. Pinheiro complimented on her ability to see and not swing at balls. Show and bunt pulls back, takes a swing right back to the pitcher. Has to be cleaned up by the second baseman. Pinheiro too quick. So Pinheiro gets on a first. Anika Johansson, the next up to bat. Pinheiro going to take second. And after a wild pitch, coming off of the fingertips of Hassel, she'll take that one easily. Showing bunt again right along the first baseline. Pinheiro going to round third, going in a home for the first score for the English Bulldogs. Johansson gets the first with ease after the bunt. So steals second, rounds third, brings it on in. 1-1 score here in the bottom of the first. Pop fly up over behind the backstop. And Johansson trying to steal from first. She'll be sent back. So Kate Johansson, the pitcher. A wild pitch. Coming from Hassel. That one's going to give Johansson the go-ahead for the robbery at second base. And a shot right to the shortstop out of Chelsea. Caught after one bounce. And that one sends Anika Johansson to third. So Kate Johansson goes down on a ground out to the shortstop. Burnable, the next batter up for the Lady Dogs. Burnable playing in the shortstop position. And a great heads-up play by Martinez out of Chelsea to make the move. And Johansson's going to steal home on the wild pitch. So Johansson earns herself a run here in the bottom of the first. So one out right now here for the Lady Dogs. Burnable's going to walk to first. And Gracie Malloy stepping up to the batter's box for the first time today. The first baseman out of Lynn English. Burnable quick to steal second. After the walk. And a handful of stolen bases here for the Bulldogs, as English and Coach Aldred get to work quickly. 2-1 here, bottom of the first. One out for the Bulldogs. 2 runs scored, 1 in scoring position. A low pitch gobbled up by the Chelsea catcher, kept in play. And that one's going to force Burnable to hang out at second. And the infield, and as well as Coach Manderson, are going to come in and have a quick conversation with the cell. Gives us an opportunity to say thanks to those who are tuning in. If you're watching on the Lynn Educational YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, smash that notification bell for all the up-to-date sports and events happening here within the Lynn Public Schools. I'm your announcer, Sean Donnie. We got our crew from Classical up here in the perch. Ethan and Reed coming out during their April break to bring you high school softball. GBL matchup. First time these teams have faced off. A strike delivered with some force. And a cell getting right to work. A little bit high here. Malloy lives for another day. Burnable hanging up at second after stealing. After the walk. Bit high there. Good heads-up play by the catcher out of Chelsea to keep that one in play. But Hassel going to send her second batter to the first base bag after 4 balls. Sereno up to bat for the Bulldogs. Burnable going to advance over to third, and Malloy will follow by stealing second. So Sereno comes up to bat. 1 out, 2 players on. Both advance. Burnable reluctant to steal home. Hassel quick to get to the plate to back up the catcher out of Chelsea. Sereno awaits the pitch. A little inside. And a little wild. Burnable going to advance after stealing third and a steal home. Her first run. Gracie Malloy going to advance to third base. And the Bulldogs are thieves today. Can't even count on one hand how many bases have been stolen. Swing and a miss. Wild pitch there. Gracie Malloy takes the risk, and it pays off. 4-1 here. Bottom of the first. 1 out. And Sereno will finish her at bat. Was hoping for a couple of RBIs, but Burnable and Malloy said, "Nah, don't worry about it. We got it here. You just relax in the batter's box." Sereno waits the pitch from Hassel. Complimented on her ability to see balls and strikes. Sereno waits the pitch a bit high, not going to take it on that one. So she'll take her base. Third walk of the day for Hassel. And Reynoso, the next one up to bat for the Bulldogs. Reynoso playing in the center field position for the Bulldogs. He gets the beating. And Reynoso gets beamed in the back. She's going to take first. Sereno going to advance to second. Gibson steps up to the plate. Strike one. Gibson sets up. Hassel delivers a little low. 1-1 count. High and inside. Gibson pulls back. Readjusts, steps right back up into the box. Hassel with the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. So 2-2 count here. 1 out for the Lady Dogs. 4 runs scored already here in the top of the first. Sorry, bottom of the first. And another one inside. Gibson able to shy away from that one and might have felt the breeze of the ball as it passed. Full count here for Gibson. Pitch just a bit high. Gibson's going to take the base. And Furlong going to step up to the batter's box with loaded bases here. 4-1, English over Chelsea early on in this one. A great day, nice little breeze. Still hoodie weather down here at Breed. Everyone's full of ham and Easter eggs. Except Ethan, he said he ate something different, but it sounded good. I'm more of a ham guy. I gotta get me some ham on the day where the bunny shows up. High strike there. Furlong got one of those smaller strike zones. That forces Hassel to really pick up the ability to throw some steam and misdirection in there. And does a good job there. Catches Furlong swinging hard. 1 out. 3 on. 4-1 scored so far this inning. Strike call there. Sell psyched about it. The pitch just a bit outside. Furlong going to take the base. And that one's going to send Sereno home. So Sereno scores a run. Sanaya Patton not up. Pinheiro is high fly ball. Hassel comes up to field it. Second out of the inning. And Pinheiro flies out in her second at bat. Annika Johansson, the next batter up for the Lady Dogs. 3 on. And Johansson gets a beating in her second at bat. And Kate Johansson, the next batter up for the Lady Bulldogs. So Reynoso walks home after Johansson takes one for the team. Burnable, the next batter up. I'm sorry, Kate Johansson, the next batter up. Pitcher against pitcher here. Second at bat of the day so far for Kate Johansson. A ground out in her first at bat. Two outs, 3 on. Just a bit outside. Hits one right into the infield. That sends one home. So Gibson gonna get in after the single from Kate Johansson. Furlong advances. And we must have had a third out along the way somewhere. At the end of one, English is certainly leading. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs against 1 here versus Chelsea. We'll be back with the top of the second. Welcome back. Top of the second here. And English able to pour it on in the first. 7 runs against Chelsea's first and only. Good heads-up play by Coach Manderson. He had a base runner at third. And once he had one at first, sent her to steal second. Pinheiro took the bait, tried to pick her off, and Sell, the pitcher, was able to steal home. Martinez, the batter up at the plate for Chelsea, and goes down looking. Johansson delivers her third strikeout of the day. Alvarado, the next batter up, playing in the left field position. And a bit of coaching from the ump gives us an opportunity to say thanks for those who are tuning in. If you're watching on our Comcast and Verizon channels, we appreciate your subscription. Without you, we wouldn't be able to offer a television media curriculum to all high school students and middle school students here within Lincoln Public Schools. Johansson delivers the pitch. Strike call. Johansson with 3 on the day so far. And Alvarado doesn't take the bait on that one. Wild pitch sends Pinheiro back to retrieve it from the backstop. Swing and a miss. Solid cut coming from Alvarado. Low and inside. Pinheiro handles it well. Johansson delivers that one with some authority. And Alvarado takes a cut, sends it out along the first base line. We got a couple rookies up here in the perch. I hope they remember our coaching. When in doubt, zoom out. Ethan and Reed coming out on their April break to cover high school softball. Alvarado takes his third cut and misses and goes down as Johansson's fourth strikeout victim of the day. Castillo, the next batter in the lineup for the Chelsea Red Devils. And Castillo playing in the catching position. The lefty steps up to the plate. Johansson gets the call from Pinheiro. Straight call. Because Castillo takes that one and says, show me what you got. A bit high, 1-1 count here. 2 outs for the Chelsea Red Devils here in the top of the second. 7-1 score in favor of the Bulldogs. One and two count here for Castillo. Castillo in her first at bat of the day. Good eye on that one, high and inside, 2-2. Swing takes a cut right in front of the catcher. Johansson comes up to make the play and tosses out Castillo at first. So great defensive effort there by Johansson. 2 more strikeouts to the tally and makes the play for the third out at first. Chelsea held to 0 here in the top of the second. So as we approach the bottom of the second, English still boasting a solid lead. 7-1 against Chelsea. We'll be back with the bottom of the second. Let's roll. Remember, when in doubt, zoom out. All right. We're rolling, aren't we? And we're rolling here. Bottom of the second. And I believe we have... I'm not really sure who's up to bat right now for the Bulldogs. Furlong got tossed out at third. And Hassel ends up hitting the batter. So she'll take the walk. And I'm sure Reed's going to do a good job of getting me the number of the batter at first. But I believe it was Johansson. Pinheiro was the last batter up. She's got to steal second. And I'm excited because that gives us a good vantage at the back of the jersey. Although the dreaded ponytail is there. So it is burnable. So Burnable steals second. Gracie Malloy, the batter, up at the plate for the Bulldogs. Malloy with a walk in her last at bat, 2 stolen bases. Earned herself a run as well. And was a big part of how the last out came about for the Red Devils in the top of the second. Malloy awaits the pitch from Hassel. The delivery chips that one along the first baseline. Burnable advances to third, will get hung up there. So Malloy goes down with a ground out. Sereno going to step up to the plate. So 1 out, 1 on in scoring position for the Bulldogs. 6-run lead here against Chelsea, bottom of the second. Sell gets the call. Right to the second baseman. Good heads-up play by Chelsea to field that one. And toss Sereno out. Another ground out for the Bulldogs. But Burnable's going to advance home for the second time today. Reynoso, the next batter up. So 2 out, no on as Reynoso approaches the bag of the plate. Reynoso got beamed in her last at-bat, and Hassel overcompensating that on that one. A little bit high and outside on the first pitch to Reynoso. Reynoso able to earn herself a run. The pitch from Hassel, way too high for Reynoso. So 7 runs in the first for English, 1 so far here in the second. Chelsea fielding solid along the first baseline. 4th ball delivered. It's going to send Reynoso to first base without being hit this time. She's probably excited about that one. Gibson steps up to the plate. Reynoso is going to steal second. And Gibson awaits the delivery from Hassel. High and inside, forces her to pull back. Gibson with a walk in her first at bat. Was able to get across home plate. Last one across home plate for the Bulldogs. Swing and a miss. And Chelsea Red Devils catcher has to make an adjustment there on that one. But that gives Reynoso the go-ahead to steal third. So now 2 outs, 1 in scoring position at third. Gibson up at the plate. High pitch from Hassel. So 2-1 count here. 2 outs. And Gibson gets beaned. And Allison Gibson at first base for the second time today. Furlong, the next batter up. Furlong with a walk in her first at bat. Takes a look at that one across that plate right down the middle. Gibson steals second. 2 outs, 2 on, both in scoring position. A low ball rolls across the plate. 1-2 count here for Furlong. Furlong with a tighter strike zone. It's going to force Hassel to make some pinpoint accurate shots. Across the plate, a bit high there. 2 balls, 1 strike for Furlong. Hassel gets the call that she wants. The delivery a little bit wild. And that one's going to give Reynoso the go-ahead. Reynoso the go-ahead to go on. Steal home. Gibson will advance the third on the steal. So 2 runs earned for Reynoso today. Furlong takes some time to receive some coaching from Coach Aldred. while the umpire cleans up home plate after the slide. And Gibson hoping Furlong can make some contact to send her home. The pitch from Hassel. A little high, and Furlong takes the walk after ball 4. Pinheiro going to step up to the plate again. A fly out in her last at bat. So batting .500 today, the catcher out of English. Her first at bat of the second. A high pitch, a little wild, tough to control and locate. That one's going to send Gibson home. So Gibson steals home. Furlong advances to second. And Pinheiro steps up to the plate. And just inside, and there's a song that accompanies Pinheiro as she approaches the plate. Sell the delivery and takes a beating. Well, was she able to get out of the way of it? Pinheiro keeps it alive, gets out of the way of that one. Ball 3. Furlong advances to third. And a shot over the second base. And that's going to send Furlong home. Pinheiro's rounding second, going into third. And she's going to have a stand-up triple here late in the second. Furlong advances home for the first time today. And Johansson going to step up to the plate for the third time today. First time of the second. High pitch there from Hassel. Cleaned up nicely by the Chelsea catcher, Castillo. Pinheiro sitting pretty at third, 2 outs here. And Anika Johansson takes a shot at a bunt. That one rolls foul within seconds. The pitch from Hassel, a little low and wild. Pinheiro going to steal home. And another run earned from Pinheiro after the stand-up triple. Steals home after the wild pitch from Hassel. So, Anika Johansson not taking the bait on that one. And the Lady Dogs quite coordinated in their bench chants. Just inside there. Johansson steps away. So 5 here in the second for the Bulldogs, 7 in the first. And Johansson going to take her base after the walk. Kate Johansson up to bat next. Kate Johansson on the mound today. Handful of strikeouts for the returning pitcher over there on Goodridge Street. High and inside, forces Johansson to duck away. Kate Johansson struggling today to get on. Her second at-bat of the day so far. Hit a ground out in her first at-bat. That one a bit high from Hassell. Johansson steps up to the plate. The delivery from Hassell. A little outside, ball 4. And Johansson gets on for the first time today after the walk. Burnable stepping up to the plate for the second time here this inning, third time of the day. A walk in her first at bat, 2 runs earned for Burnable. And a walk in her second at bat as well. Burnable awaits the delivery from Hassell. The pitch. Strike call. 2 out. 2 on, 1 in scoring position. The Johansson sisters are hoping Burnable can make some contact and drive him home. The pitch just a bit high from Hassell. High and outside. And that one's going to load the bases. So 3 walks for Burnable. Greasy Malloy, the next one up to bat. Coach Manderson going to come out and talk with Hassell in the infield. And we might see a pitching change here. English with a record of 1-4 this year. Chelsea boasting a record of 3-3. Coming out strong in the first 6 games. And a lot of improvement from the Chelsea Red Devils over the last season. Coach Manderson putting in the effort, and the girls as well. And some solid infielding by the Chelsea Red Devils earlier on here in the bottom of the second. And the team's going to rally behind Hassell and give her an opportunity to get back into the groove of things here. Two outs, loaded bases. Gracie Malloy, a ground out in her last at bat, a walk in her first. Wild pitch from Hassell. Going to send all base runners along their lines. And Johansson going to score for the second time today. Kate Johansson at third. And Burnable at second. 2 outs. 2 on, both in scoring position for Malloy. High pitch there, a little wild. So 6 here so far in the second for the Bulldogs. Strike call there. Great pitch by Hassell. The delivery a bit high. That one gets away. Castillo able to recover. Malloy walks in her third at bat. Sereno going to step out, a ground out in her last at bat. In the designated player position today. High fly ball over the shortstop. So the second baseman's head falls into left field. 2 base runners going to round third and head home. 2 more scores for the Bulldogs. So Johansson gets home. Barnable gets home for the third time today. Gracie Malloy sitting at third. And a long shot. So Sereno gets on. So third out called. And we'll head into the next inning. English able to draw in, I think, 8 runs that inning. Let's do a little bit of a tally here for our guys who are doing titling. So I got 15 to 1 here as we head into the top of the third. We'll be back after this break. All right, top of the third. Chelsea with a bit of a hole to dig themselves out of here. 1 run earned so far earlier on in the game in the top of the first. Castillo, the last batter, ends up getting tossed out at first. Umana steps up to the plate for the first time today. Johansson delivers a little low. A 1-1 count here. 4 strikeouts on the day so far for Johansson. Grounds it right back to Johansson. Throws it over to first for the out. And first baseman off the English bench was waiting for it. Seemed like forever. But good job by Gracie Malloy to keep the composure. Mana goes down at first after the ground out. And Cespedes up to bat, second time today. Strikeout in her first at bat. Cespedes playing in the shortstop position. High and outside. Deja vu. So third ball delivered there by Johansson. Forces her to toss one right down the middle for a strike call. The pitch from Johansson, a little low. Ball 4. And Cespedes will take the base. Hassel, the pitcher, up to bat, second time today. She had a walk in her last at bat. Stole second, third, and home. Johansson delivers. Hassel takes a cut. Swing and a miss. And strike 3. 5th strikeout of the day for Johansson. Martinez, the next batter up for the Chelsea Red Devils. 2 outs, 1 on. Martinez with a strikeout in her last at bat, hoping to find redemption here against Johansson. Strike call for Johansson. Johansson high and away. Martinez takes a cut. And that one got away from her just at the end. Same place, and Pinheiro now going to force a rundown situation here. Runs out of the baseline, and they're going to call Cespedes out on the attempt after the liberal lead from first. So Chelsea held to 1 in the top of the first. And as we approach the bottom of the third, bottom of the third, English boasting 15-1 lead over the Chelsea Red Devils. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back. Bottom of the third here, and Coach Aldred trying to get in some of the younger players. Bonifacio, the batter up. And Clark to make her debut in the pitching category here. Is still going to get the rest after a rough couple of innings. So Clark on the mound for the Chelsea Red Devils here. And Bonifacio drives one into center right field, takes first base in her first at bat. High pitch there. Bonifacio gonna steal second with ease. High pitch there from Clark. And takes a shot at that one. And Clark comes up to make the play. And Bonifacio heads to third. Double play for Chelsea. And who do we have on a number on that last one? I think that was Furlong. Number 8 or 3. Naya Guy, I think, is who it was. So Clark starts a double play for Chelsea here in the bottom of the third. Makes a great effort to get there on the catch. And catches LEHS Bonifacio out of position. Didn't tag up at second. The pitch right down the middle. Swing and a miss. The pitch from Clark. Falls right in, and Clark 3 up, 3 down inning for Chelsea. Something to boast here as we head into top of the fourth. So Chelsea able to hold off English. We got a 15-1 lead here for the Bulldogs as we head into the fourth. We'll be back after this break. All right, welcome back. Top of the fourth here. Martinez, the last batter up for the Chelsea Red Devils. There was a pickoff that happened for Cespedes. And I believe we've got Martinez will finish her at bat. The pitch from Johansson low and inside. Johansson delivers, and a pass ball gives an opportunity to Martinez to try to get to first. Can't get there in time. So she gets hit with the strikeout. And Clark, the relieving pitcher, a step up to the plate for the second time today. A walk in her first at bat. Takes a cut at that one along the third base line, called foul. Takes a shot at that one along the first base line. That one goes foul. And Clark spreading it out, sending souvenirs all over Breed. Johansson gets the call from Pinheiro. The delivery. Shot right back. Shortstop just out of reach. Goes into center field. And fielded nicely, tossed in to keep Clark at bay. Clark gets on for the first time today. And Artica, the next batter up for the Chelsea Red Devils. Pinheiro is excited. There's a base runner on. And she's a Spitfire back there behind the plate. Pitch from Johansson, handled well by Pinheiro. And Pinheiro making sure that Clark knows that she knows that she's there at first base. Johansson with a steamer straight down the middle. Swing and a miss. Artica takes a cut with some solid bat speed. High and away, handled nicely by Pinheiro. Shot into the shortstop's glove over to second base, trying for a first and a double play. They're not going to get it. They'll toss out Clark at second. Artica will advance to first. With her first time on the bag today. A fly out in Artica's first at bat. Good heads up play by the shortstop out of Lynn English to make the play at second. Burnable doing the job that she was put in position to do. Johansson delivering another strike. 5 in the day so far for Johansson. Martinez, the batter up for the Chelsea Red Devils. Takes a cut there, strike 3. And third strike leads to the third out of the inning. Johansson boasting 6 Ks here against Chelsea in this GBL matchup. So as we approach the bottom of the fourth, English still with 15, Chelsea 1. Welcome back. Bottom of the fourth here. And English getting into the bench, trying to play some of these guys here. And get you the lineup from Coach Aldred. And Anaya Guy up to bat for the first time today. Takes a cut. That one fouls it back. Clark, the relieving pitcher for the Chelsea Red Devils. And good solid strike there. Guy takes a cut at that one, fouls it back. High pitch there. Guy reluctant to even flinch at that one. Says the clock, show me what else you got. Takes a cut at that one, fouled off along the third baseline. Naya Guy, your senior year here for English. And she gets hit in the legs. He's got to shake it off. Guy got to head to first after the beaning. Solid cut there. Clark delivers her first strike. And that one hits Reyes. Reyes, a freshman out of Lynn English, gets a beaning. And that'll send Guy to second. Clark awaits the English batter to step up into the box. Says, I don't need these. The delivery from Clark a bit high. Swing and a miss. And Marshall, the batter up for Lynn English. Complimented on her ability to see there. And she'll take ball 4. Laciana Marshall will walk. Bases loaded. No outs here for the Bulldogs. Clark delivers the pitch, fouled. Clark gets the call from Castillo, the delivery. Swing and a miss. And Wandelise Aguirre, the batter up for the Bulldogs. Coach Alderwood reaching in, trying to get all of these players a little bit of love today. Aguirre, another freshman off the Bulldogs bench. And goes down swinging there. So first out of the inning here for the Bulldogs. Ball call. The pitch from Clark. Deep shot into left field, right under it. Left fielder from Chelsea delivers the second out. Good heads-up play by the left fielder out of Chelsea. And then able to force a double play after a failed tag up. So 3 up, 3 down for the Bulldogs. Clark excited about that effort there to try to get Chelsea back into this one. And we got to mention it. Alvarado, solid heads-up play to make the catch and throw it to the bag on the failed tag-up. Nobody's happier about it than Clark after the bases were loaded on that one. English going to come out for the top of the 5th. We'll be back after this break. All right, top of the 5th here. English boasting a beautiful lead here against GBL rival Chelsea. And Annika Johnson doing a great job today. Oh, sorry, that's Kate Johansson up at the mound today. Nothing to take anything away from Annika. She's doing a good job today, too. But it's Kate Johansson who's got 6 strikeouts today. 1-2 call here. Deep shot, up in the air, high fly ball. Johansson comes off of the mound to clean that one up. So deep into the blue. Not in deep into the field, but Johansson had to get there. She had plenty of time to get under it. So 1 out here, no on for Chelsea here in the top of the 5th. That one gets away from Pinheiro, and she'll take her time to retrieve it as there's no base runners on. Johansson facing off against the lefty out of Chelsea. Takes a shot there, cleaned up by the shortstop out of Lynn English, thrown over to first for the 2nd out of the inning. And another great play from the shortstop out of Lynn English. Burnable. Gracie Malloy getting a lot of love off of the English bench. She had to stretch out for that one. High ball for Johansson. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 1-1 count. Two outs for the Red Devils. Johansson delivers. Strike 2. Johansson high. 2-2 count. Johansson trying to earn her 7th strikeout of the day here against Chelsea. It's been a huge part of the defensive effort. And there's her 7th. As she catches the batter out of Chelsea looking. So the English bench will come out to congratulate Johansson on a great pitch game. And as Lynn English heads to the plate to shake hands with their players, we're going to give you a quick little recap of the game. 7 runs earned in the first, 8 in the second by Lynn English. Put them ahead 15-1 early on against Chelsea. Johansson with a great effort on the mound today. And batter of the day today, Pinheiro, the stand-up triple. Sent in a couple of runs herself. English is going to advance to a record of 2-4. They're heading to Malden for their next game. And Chelsea's going to be heading back here to Breed on Wednesday to face off against Classical. Their record will fall to 3-4. And at the end of 4.5, Lynn English 15, Chelsea 1. I want to say thanks to my crew for Lynn Classical for coming out to the game today. We got Reed and Ethan up in the perch. I've been your commentator, Sean Donahue. Happy to bring you GBL-based softball here on Lynn Educational Television. Reminding you to like, subscribe, smash that notification bell if you're watching on our YouTube channels. And to take this thank you into consideration if you're a Comcast or Verizon subscriber. From the Breed Softball Park, I'm Sean Donahue from LETV, wishing you all the best.